Hello everyone, it's me, it's Mark, and I'm here with you for another live stream class. Before we do anything, I need to know if you can see me. I need to know if you can hear me. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please say yes in the chat so I know everything is a-okay. Helga says yes, thank you Helga. Boran says yes, thank you Boran. Kadeen says yes, thank you Kadeen. Catherine says yes. Hannah says yes, sorry. Emmeline says yes, good. Okay, good to see you. Glad you can see me, glad you can hear me, because now we can start. And as you know, we always start with a toast. Whatever you're drinking, pick it up. And of course, I always have my hot black coffee. And we're going to toast to you, because without you, there's no reason for me to be here. So let's toast to you. Let's toast to a fun, interesting, informative, and productive lesson today. Cheers, bump, cheers, bump. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Okay, so we're gonna have good luck because we had our toast. And now let's talk about today's lesson plan. And here it is. We have an idiom. Yes, we always start with an idiom. I'll write it on the board. I will give you the meaning. I will give you an example sentence. And then of course you'll make your own sentences using the idiom. After that, we have a conversation from my book, 50 Very Short Conversations. The topic is imperatives. So we will practice a conversation from the book. And then we have a quiz, a video quiz, and a worksheet. And the topic is describing windows. So we're going to use adjectives to describe various windows. Yes, so that's what we're doing today. So I hope you are ready to practice with me and in the chat. By practicing in the chat, by participating in the chat, you are helping yourself and you're helping others at the same time. Yes, because we learn by examples. So the more examples there are in the chat, the more learning will happen for us. Yes, we're here to help each other. We are here to support each other. Yes, we are. Okay, so let's get right into it. Our idiom today is out the window. Out the window. If you know what it means, write it in the chat. The idiom today is out the window. I'll write it here on the board. And if you know what it is, if you think you know what it is, go ahead and write it in the chat. My cap just fell down. Okay, I got it here. Okay, so the idiom is out the window. Okay, out the window. No, Helga. Suddenly, no. That's a good guess, but no. Out the window. Okay, I will give you my example sentence, and then from my example sentence, perhaps you will understand the meaning. Okay, here is my example sentence, and then from my example sentence, can you figure out the meaning? Once it started raining, our picnic went out the window. One more time. Once it started raining, our picnic was out the window. Once it started raining, our picnic went out the window. So that's our example sentence, and then I'll write the meaning after. Little challenge, a little quiz. Once it started raining, our picnic went out the window. Okay, so from the example sentence, can you guess the idiom out the window? Yeah, so literally it's canceled, right? So, but there's a better way to explain it because not only canceled, right? In this situation, because of the rain, our picnic is canceled. But it could be other situations. So for example, after starting my book, I couldn't finish it, so it went out the window. Or, oh, I wrote a book, but the cost of printing caused me to throw my book out the window. Right? So, okay, I'm gonna just tell you, no longer viable, or no longer workable, or no longer feasible, or no longer practical. Okay, so no longer, let's call it practical. Okay, so no longer practical, no longer feasible. Feasible, I like that word, feasible. That means practical, feasible, not workable. No, yeah. Feasible, no longer practical, no longer feasible. Useless, yeah, Bron, we can say that, yeah. No longer useful, right? So, for example, yesterday's computers are out the window, right? My typewriter is out the window, right? So we have computers now. So my old typewriter is no longer practical, right? You have to put paper in it. You need the ink band or the ribbon. I don't know if you guys remember typewriters. I used to use a typewriter in high school. Yeah, no longer beneficial. No longer beneficial, Baran. Yep. Okay, so we got it, right? So it's no longer practical, right? It's the technology is too old. Or here, the rain ruined our picnic plans. So our picnic plans are out the window. Okay, so once it started raining, our picnic went out the window. So we forget the picnic, it's raining, it's out the window. Okay, so now the important thing is for you to use it in a sentence, right? So if you can write a sentence using out the window that it makes sense, that I can understand, then you got it, right? Yeah, no longer beneficial. Yes, Baran. Okay, so it's time for you to write your sentence using out the window. It's a challenge for you, but that's why you're here. You're here to challenge yourself. You're here to practice your English. So let's see your sentences using out the window. And just to keep things, you know, I have to be careful with the clock. So I'm going to put 3 minutes. I'm going to wait for you for 3 minutes to write your sentences. And then after that, we have another activity. So 3 minutes, start writing your sentences. I got the timer here. Oh, very good, Kadeen. That is perfect. You're using the idiom perfectly. Here is Kadeen's sentence. My diet went out the window when I saw the chocolate cake. Yeah, that's right. So once you have that chocolate cake, then the diet is not practical, right? There's no point to the diet because you just ate that chocolate cake. So my diet went out the window when I saw the chocolate cake perfectly used. I think we've all had that experience, right? Like you want to lose some weight and then you go out to dinner, you open the menu and you see like the desserts. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That chocolate cake looks so good, but I'm on a diet. Oh, well, my diet is out the window. I want that chocolate cake. Perfect. Yeah, Helga. So yeah, so out the window just means it's gone. Yep. Don't throw your computers out the window. It's not literal, right? It's a figurative. It's figurative, right? It's an expression, not literal. Don't throw it out the window. Okay, Iman. Last week I got busy, so my weight lift went out the, yeah, so okay, so my last week I got busy, so my weightlifting schedule went out the window. My weightlifting schedule, right? So you have a schedule, you have a plan, maybe you do it every week, but now you're busy this week. Oh, so my schedule is out the window. My weightlifting schedule is out the window, right? You do it maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example. Or, okay, I'm going to work on my upper body on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to work on my lower body Tuesday and Thursday. That's your schedule. But because of work, that schedule this week is out the window. Good one. Okay, yeah, Helga, that's right. My playing the piano is out the window now. Yep. You can't do it for some reason, right? Good. That's right. Let's see, Katie. Her plan to save money went out the window when her computer stopped working. Yes, Katie, perfect. That's right. Like, oh, I want to save money, but then something happens and you have to use that savings. So your savings went out the window. You have to use it for a new computer. Perfect. Yeah, Iman. Yes. Last week I got busy, so my weightlifting schedule went out the window. Perfect sentence. So we can all learn from each other. Great sentences in the chat. And you're using the idiom perfectly. The timer went off, right? We were up on time. But if you want to continue writing sentences, I'll have a look. But I'm going to go to our next activity because of our schedule here. I don't want our live stream schedule to go out the window, so I'm going to keep it on track. But keep writing. Castrine, my driving practice went out the window when I almost crashed. Good. Yes, Castrine. Yeah, Helga, sometimes my plans are out the window. Yes, good, Helga. You guys did it. Good job. Nice sentences. You did it. Okay, our next activity is our conversation from my book, 50 Very Short Conversations. And today we are talking about imperatives, things that must be done. It must be. Okay, to conversation. Okay, our conversation. Now what I will do, I will read the conversation 3 times, and I want you to listen, and then I will show you the conversation here on the screen. But first, I want you to listen. So at first it's listening practice. Okay, we still got some out the window sentences I'm going to read here real quick. Hannah, my mind just went out the window when I listened to your favorite song. Okay, yeah. Baran, his hard work went out the window when the boss canceled the project. Yes, perfect. Khan, we looked out the window and stared at that. Yeah, no, not literally out the window. No. It's something that no longer is practical, something that is no longer feasible, something that can't be done. So look at the example sentences. So, for example, Baran says his hard work went out the window when the boss canceled the project. So he was working hard. He did a lot of, put a lot of time into the project, but the boss canceled the project. So all that work is now gone. And so it went out the window. Okay, so here is our conversation, and it is on page 28. If you have the book, we're doing page 28. It is conversation 21, the blue book. Okay, I'm going to read it 3 times. I want you to listen carefully, and then we will read it together. Baran says, learning English with Mark never goes out the window. So remember, went is past tense. So we're not using it past tense, right, Baran? So learning English with Mark never goes out the window. Thank you, Baran. Okay, here we go. Conversation. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Don't touch that. What's wrong? It looks dangerous. It's only a snail. I don't like snails. What about escargot? Okay, here we go. Second time. Don't touch that. What's wrong? It looks dangerous. It's only a snail. I don't like snails. What about escargot? Okay, here we go. Third time, last time. Here is the conversation. Don't touch that. What's wrong? It looks dangerous. It's only a snail. I don't like snails. What about escargot? Okay, let's look at the conversation. And we read it together and we'll practice the conversation together. Here we go. Thank you, Baran. Okay, here we go. Imperative mood. Don't touch that. All right, that's imperative. Don't do it. What's wrong? Right? So what's wrong? Why are you telling me don't touch that? I'm surprised. What's wrong? And then the conversation continues. It looks dangerous. It's only a snail. I don't like snails. What about escargot? Right? That's a special snail that we eat. I like escargot. Okay, here we go. One more time. Don't touch that. What's wrong? Okay. It looks dangerous. It's only a snail. Right there, we can see the snail. It's only a snail. I don't like snails. What about escargot? What about escargot? What about escargot? I love escargot. I don't like snails, but I like escargot. But escargot is snails. Okay, so there is our conversation. And so don't touch that. Don't touch that, right? So we do that with like children, right? Little kids. Hey, don't touch that, right? You might break it. If you go into a market, you go into a store, kids want to touch everything, right? Kids want to grab everything. But if they break it, you got to buy it. So you tell the kids, don't touch that. And also because you don't want them to break it, right? Because maybe you don't want to buy it, right? Of course. Also, things are dangerous too, right? The stove, right? It's hot. They'll burn their hand, and iron and glass, right? Sharp, broken glass, that's dangerous. Razor blades, those are dangerous. A candle, that's dangerous, right? A candle that's lit. So we have to tell children, you know, don't touch that. It's dangerous. And so, right, it's very important that you don't touch that. That's imperative mood, or the imperative structure, you know, the don't touch that. Right, it's imperative. Right, very, very important that you don't do that. This should be R. And so, yeah, so we use it, you know, in a loud voice, in a strong voice. Don't touch that. And then the child or whoever, oh boy, that's your voice sounds, you know, scary. Your voice sounds scary. Don't touch that. Oh, he sounds scary. Something's wrong. So, okay, I won't touch that. Okay, so, oh, Helga, I have never eaten escargot. Oh, it's very delicious. I like it with escargot with olive oil and garlic. Very delicious. It's French cuisine. Okay, let's go back and look at the worksheet. And here, the book here. And we have expansion. We shouldn't touch. What things that we shouldn't touch, right? So what things would you tell a child, don't touch? What things would it be? So we shouldn't touch what? So in the chat, tell us what we shouldn't touch. Okay, so we shouldn't touch, for example, broken glass, right? That's my example. What's your example? We shouldn't touch fire, yes. And we shouldn't touch snakes. So when you talk about animals, like there are many different animals, right? Or actually snakes, right? So there's many different kinds of snakes. There's pythons and cobras and anacondas. And there's dangerous snakes and there are non-dangerous snakes. There are snakes that can be pets, right? Many people have pet snakes. So we want to put an S there, Hannah. So don't touch snakes. You could say don't touch that snake, right? Don't touch that snake. You can, you know, that because you're talking about one particular one, right? You're talking about that. Oh, wait. That doesn't work with this sentence. So don't touch that. Okay, right here. So here it's that one particular snake. But here, we're just talking about general. Right here, one particular one. Oh, don't touch that snake. Here, we're just saying we shouldn't touch snakes. Yeah, Hannah. But if you're talking about one specific one particular one, then you would say, oh, don't touch that snake. Oh, interesting, Iman. We shouldn't touch public bathroom sinks. Yeah, Bron. Don't touch that hot kettle. It's hot and you will burn yourself. Yeah, exactly. Plugs. Yeah, electrical plugs. That's right, electrical plugs. You can get a shock, right? So we shouldn't touch electrical plugs. Good. Knives. Yes, Kadeen. Exactly. We shouldn't touch knives. Good. Yep. Knives are very sharp. I've been cut by some knives. Oh, okay. Khan doesn't like snails because they're slimy. Yeah. Touch their shell. Pick them up. We used to like, one of my jobs was to get all the snails out of the garden. So my family's house, we had this little garden, or like, I don't know, just like plants and flowers and a little bit of vegetables. And so snails would get in the garden and they eat the plants, right? And so I had to like pick out the snails, throw them in the street. So I would grab the snails and throw them into the street and the cars would run them over. Oh, okay, good, Iman. Don't touch the grill. That's hot, right? The cooking grill. Don't touch a hot iron. Yes, Helga. Good. Okay, nice. Okay, so that's all, right? So we could look at the conversation one more time. So, right, don't touch that. It's imperative. It's very important that you don't do it. So we put emphasis onto it. There's an explanation point. Don't touch that. It's dangerous or whatever, right? It can hurt you. It's imperative that you do not touch it. So we put a extra emphasis on it. You raise your voice. You emphasize. You put the stress on the don't. Don't touch that. Don't eat that. Don't go there. Don't pick it up. Don't drink it, right? We put an imperative. Don't do it or you will get hurt. Oh, that's good, Helga. Helga says, don't touch somebody's pets if you haven't permission. If you don't have permission to do it, right? Because you don't know, especially if it's a dog, right? You don't know that dog. You could bite, maybe that dog bites people, right? So don't touch other people's pets. Okay, so don't touch that. What's wrong? And then it looks dangerous. It's only a snail. So the boy is saying, it's only a snail. It's not dangerous. And then the man says, I don't like snails. And then the boy asks, what about escargot? Okay, so that is the conversation. So good job. So just a little practice using imperative. And that means, it's important. So it's negative, don't, right? So it's important that you don't touch that. It's important that you don't drink that. It's important that you don't eat that. It's important that you don't go there. It's important that you don't get too close. It's important that you don't say anything, right? So negative, don't do it. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, now let's go to our next activity. That is a quiz. And we have the quizzes about describing windows. Yeah, we're going to describe windows. We have a video quiz and a worksheet. So number 3, video quiz. We got a video and a worksheet. And we're going to describe windows. Last week we did pens. Last week we described pens. Today we're going to describe windows. We all have windows. Just like last week, everyone uses pens. Well, everyone has windows. I hope you have a window. If you don't have a window, then you're like living in a cave. So we need windows to let the light in. We need windows to see outside. Yeah, Baran. Don't touch that painting. It's wet. My work will go out the window. Yeah, so or is the wrong word. We don't want to use or. Don't touch that painting. It's wet. And then, period, new sentence. All my work will go out the window. All my work will go out the window. Yes, Iman, don't touch chemicals. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we're going to do our quiz, video quiz. And we're going to describe windows. Let's do it. Let's do it. There we go. We got our quiz right here. Bring it back. Okay, quiz describing windows. Okay, so here is our first sentence. We got 10 sentences. You're going to choose the best word for the sentence, okay? And the sentence is, you can't see outside because the glass is this the first one? Yeah, okay. I was thinking it was a different one. Okay. You can't see outside because the glass is... So, what do you think is happening on the window? Why can't they see outside? So I'm going to give you a few seconds to make a guess, and then I'm going to give you 3 options. And then you choose which one is best for the sentence. So at first, I want you just to think of your own idea. What could be the possible adjective, the possible word, and then I will give you a choice of 3, and then choose the best of the 3. Okay, so Iman says cloudy, based, no, Katie. Okay, let's look at the 3 options here. And you choose the best one. Oh, Iman. Okay, so we have A, clean, B, foggy, C, open. You can't see outside. You can't see outside because the glass is clean, foggy, open. Let's count down 5 here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Iman says foggy. Let's see. And it says foggy. Yep. Good, good, good. That is the correct word for the sentence. You can't see outside because the glass is foggy. Yeah. Okay, let's go second one. Okay, number 2. The window lets in the sound of birds. The window lets in the sound of birds. What could the word be? Helga says open. Braun has open too. Okay, Iman, not sealed well. Okay. Broken, open. Okay, let's see our 3 options here. The 3 options. 18, ATF, open. Okay, so here are the 3 options. Tinted, open, closed. Tinted, open, closed. And the answer is okay, here we go. Yeah, so it's open. Good, good. The open window lets in the sound of birds. Good, good, good. Okay, here we go. Third one. Okay, we closed the window before it started to rain. So look at that window. We closed the window before it started to rain. What's that word? What kind of window is that? We closed the window before it started to rain. So what could the word be? Okay, I see glass front, open, okay, let's count down to, well, okay, what are the 3 options here, right? Let's check out the 3 options. Okay, the 3 options are dirty, broken, sliding. Dirty, broken, sliding. Okay, let's count down 5 for the answer. Okay, good. Yeah, it's sliding. The sliding window. Do you have a sliding window? Do you have a sliding? All my windows are sliding. Not all. No, no, no. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sliding windows. And then I also have like these crank windows. They go open like that, and you crank them, and they go, and then you crank it, and it closes like that. So I've got 2 kinds of windows in my house. So yeah, so sliding, good, good, good. So the sentence is, we closed the sliding window before it started to rain. That's good. We don't want rain to come in the house. That's not good. Okay, next. The window, no. The wind, sorry. The wind broke one of the windows last night. The wind broke one of the windows last night. What could it be? What could it be? What is that word? What could it be? Okay, Katie says glass. Glass. Okay, I see lots of glass. But aren't windows glass? Yeah, so I would say no. The answer is not glass because all windows are glass. So we're looking for a different word. Okay. That's good, Iman. Good guess. Give you a few more seconds, and then I'll show you the three options. Handle, wooden. Okay, this is a little, this is tough. We need the three options, right? And then you're gonna know, yeah. Okay, so we have old, dirty, soft. Old, dirty, soft. Yeah, so it's a hard one to guess. But now, with the three options, I think you can get it. Yeah, so you needed to see the choices, right? Some you don't need to see the choices, and some you do need to see the choices. Okay, let's count down. We always do that, right? Okay, here we go. Okay, you got it. Good job. The wind broke one of the old windows last night. Right? So, old because maybe it's not as strong, right? A new window will be stronger, right? The wood frame, maybe it's thicker, right? So the glass is thicker on a newer window, where the older windows, maybe the glass was thinner, and so wind would be able to break it easier. But maybe a new window, the wind will have a tougher time breaking it, right? Maybe it's a wind-proof window. They have hurricane-proof windows, right? So if you live in a place where there's lots of hurricanes, high winds, strong winds, they make special glass for that area. They're more expensive. So if you live in a place where you don't have hurricanes, you don't have super strong winds, well, you just normal glass is fine, right? Yeah, I guess case by case. Yeah, Bron says old is always stronger, right? They made things better, right? So Bron's saying, well, it's old, but they made things better before, right? Today, maybe, they don't want to make strong things. They want things to break, so you have to buy them again. Where a long time ago, our thinking was, let's make it good, let's make it strong, let's make it last a long time. But today, it's kind of today's world is a disposable world. We make things cheaply. perhaps people don't want to spend a lot of money, right? So if they made things strong and would last a long time, it would be expensive. But people don't want to spend a lot for things, so they make them cheap and inexpensive. But they're easier to break. So, yeah, Bron, I agree. Okay, here's our next sentence. The living room has a beautiful window. What could it be? The living room has a beautiful window. So maybe we need the options, right? But let's just get some ideas here. What could it be? The living room has a beautiful window. Okay, Iman says tinted. So the purpose of you guessing what it could be is just to think about the different words to describe windows, right? So it's just for you to use what you know, right? So we have to use words to describe windows, right? And so you look at the window here. Now, what does it look like? What words describe this window? Okay, tinted, colorful, transparent, big view, right? So these are all good words, and we can learn new words, right? Learn more vocabulary just by looking in the chat. And if you have any questions of like, oh, I don't understand that word, like transparent. Maybe that's a word you don't know yet. Transparent. So transparent means able to see through. So if you're able to see through it, we say transparent. And of course, glass is transparent, but we also use it figuratively, like in government. Like sometimes government is not transparent, or taxes are not transparent, right? We have to pay taxes, but we don't know what that money goes to, right? It's not transparent. If we know exactly, okay, we have to pay tax, and then the tax goes here, and the tax goes there. We can see it, we know, we understand. But if we don't, then it's opaque. It's not transparent. It's opaque, meaning you can't see through. We don't know what is happening because it's not transparent. Okay, let's look at the three choices. Okay, here are the three choices. Cracked, large, tinted. Cracked, large, tinted. Okay, so what is the word for the sentence? Okay. You got it, yeah. It's large, yeah, it's large. That's a large window. The living room has a beautiful large window. Good. Okay, next one. Okay, our next sentence. The window above the sink gives a nice view of the garden. The window above the sink, there's the sink, above the sink gives a nice view of the garden. Ooh, I can see the garden. I have a nice view of the garden. Washing the dishes, looking out the garden. So washing dishes is not so bad. It's not, I could enjoy doing the dishes by looking out the window into the garden. Okay, good. I see Yeah, kitchen. Okay, the kitchen window. That's good. Yeah, Helga. Kitchen, small, colorful, small, tinted, tinted. Okay, let's have a look here at the three choices. Small, bright, closed. Small, bright, closed. What is the correct word? Here are the three choices. Which one is best for the sentence? Count down. Okay, here it is. Small. So it's a small window. The small window above the sink gives a nice view of the garden. Bright window. Yeah, I mean, bright mean like sun is always coming in. The sun. So bright would be okay. The bright window above the sink. Yeah, bright would be good. But I don't know. It's a small window. And before we had living room, had a large window. Now we have a small window. So the living room has a large window. It's a bigger space, right? So your living room will have a larger. Living room is kind of open, right? Yeah, your living room is open, and so you can move your chair. You can move the sofa. Sometimes people change their living room, right? Maybe the sofa is here, and then after a year, okay, let's rearrange the living room. Let's move the furniture. Now the sofa is here. So now we have a different perspective, right? And so that's kind of fun, right? Change. Okay, now let's move the sofa here and the chair over here. And now it's a different feeling. But the kitchen is more difficult to do that, right? Because you have a sink and that's permanent, right? You can't move the sink, and the cupboards are permanent, right? Those things are fixed. They can't be moved easily. You need construction to move them. So there's less space for like windows. And so usually a kitchen will have a smaller window than a living room. Okay, here's our next sentence. The window helps keep the room cooler in summer. The window helps keep the room cooler in summer. Helps keep the room cooler in summer. What could it be? Look at the window. This window helps keep the room cooler in summer. Cooler in summer. Okay, I see closed. Closed. Large. Okay, let's have a look at the three options. That's going to help. That will help us having the options here. Okay, so we have foggy, dirty, tinted. Foggy, dirty, tinted. Which one is for the sentence here? The window helps keep the room cooler in summer. Is it foggy window? Is it dirty window? Is it tinted window? Okay, I see tinted. Yeah. So tinted is the correct word. The tinted window helps keep the room cooler in summer. So tinted means to put like a darker, so it's not clear. It's like a film and kind of like sunglasses. Okay, that's a good comparison. So these are my eyeglasses, these are my reading glasses, and so they're clear, right? They're clear because I want to see easier, right? But your sunglasses, right? There's a tint, they're darker. When you go outside in the sun, right? Otherwise, you know, the sun is strong and your eyes, they maybe, you know, the sun hurts your eyes. Or, you know, if you're driving and it's sunny, it's harder for you to see, right? Because the glare, the sun is bright, and so it's more difficult to see. But if you have sunglasses, there's a tint on your sunglasses, and maybe there's some with a yellow tint, some with a light tint, some with a darker tint. And so we all have different preferences. You know, when you go shopping for sunglasses, many choices of sunglasses. And so those are tinted, and that helps stop the sun's rays, right? The reflection of the sun, they help stop that so you can see easier in the sun. And same with windows here. So you can buy tinted windows and they help with the sun coming into your house, right? So in summer, if you just have open windows, that room can get very hot. So you either have like curtains or a shade, but the glass can also be tinted too. Okay, good. So think of sunglasses. Sunglasses are tinted. Okay, here we go. Next. Okay, our next sentence. The window doesn't close properly anymore. The window doesn't close properly anymore. The window doesn't close properly anymore. Okay, I see how, guys. So maybe we don't need, this is a little easier to guess. Maybe you don't need the 3 choices right now. Maybe you go, oh, okay, I know, I can see that window. And then it doesn't close properly anymore. So, right, so it's not a clean close. Okay, let's look at the 3 options. You don't need the 3 options. So closed, broken, bright. Closed, broken, bright. Cracked is okay, yeah. But I think you know what it is, which one, right? Yeah. Yeah, so it's broken. The broken window, it doesn't close properly anymore. You need a new window. You need a new window. Sumayat, hello Sumayat. I think this is the last one. I think so. Okay, maybe this is the last one. The window makes the room feel cheerful and sunny. The window makes the room feel cheerful and sunny. The window makes the room feel cheerful and sunny. What could it be? What could it be? Clean, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, I see clean. Lots of cleans here. Okay, Sumit has clean. Okay, let's look at the three choices we have. Dark, bright, tinted. Which one could it be? Dark, bright, tinted. Okay, you got it. I think this is the last one. Then we'll do the worksheet. Yeah, so the bright window makes the room feel cheerful and sunny. Yellow, good, good. Well, the yellow means it's bright. Okay, good. I think this is the last one here. Oh, I'm wrong. Maybe this is the last one. I don't know. I'm not counting. There's 10. I'm not counting. Here we go. Next sentence. I love how the sunlight shines through the window. I love how the sunlight shines through the window. Okay, Helga. So for some reason, I was thinking this was the first one. So it's got to be this has to be the last one. Actually, I thought this was the first one. Transparent, clear. Those are good. We got clear, we got transparent, we got clean. Those are all great guesses, those three. Okay, let's have a look at the options. Clear. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have clean, broken, foggy. Clean, broken, foggy. Clean, broken, foggy. Here we go, countdown. Yeah. Yeah, it's clean. I love how the sunlight shines through the clean window, right? So we got to clean our windows. Sometimes we don't want to clean, or they're difficult to clean. Like, of course, inside, it's easier, but some windows from the outside is difficult to get to, right? Difficult to reach. So, so sometimes windows are not easy to clean, but when you clean your windows, you feel much better, right? Oh, look how clean they are. Wow, I can see clearly through the windows. The sun comes in clearly, right? We have a clean window. We are happy because our windows are clean. So, yeah, so clean is the correct adjective. Okay, yep, I knew. Okay, what we're going to review. So, I'm not going to I'm not going to stop the video. I'm going to just push play and just let it go through. So we're going to read the 10 sentences together, and then we'll do the worksheet. Okay, so let's review without stopping. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm not stopping. You can't see outside because the glass is foggy. The window lets in the sound of the birds. The open window lets in the sound of the birds. We closed the sliding window before it started to rain. The window broke one of the old windows last night. The living room has a beautiful large window. The small window above the sink gives a nice view of the garden. The tinted window helps keep the room cooler in summer. The broken window doesn't close properly anymore. The bright window makes the room feel cheerful and sunny. I love how the sunlight shines through the clean window. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh no, I'm going to turn off my mic. I have to sneeze. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, we're going to do our worksheet now. Okay. Okay. That was the video quiz. Let's check the box. Now we have our worksheet to do. And you know, the worksheets are my Patreon. Go to my Patreon, support me there so I can support you here. Get all the worksheets we do here on my Patreon. Thank you so much. Okay. Here we go. Describe windows. Okay, here we got our sentences. Whoops, too big. I know a lot of you are using your phones, and so I'm trying to make it large for you. Oh, just a little bit smaller. It'll be perfect. Okay, I think is that good? Okay, I can't make it any larger, otherwise we can't see every sentence. Okay, so here we go. So you're going to choose which adjective for the sentence, and then after you do it, then I will read all the sentences. So I want you at first to choose the correct adjective for the sentence. You have a choice of two. Okay, I think most of you are almost finished, I think. Okay, so let's start one, and then if you haven't finished yet, that's okay. Olga, hello, Olga. Okay, let's start with one here. The glass is clear and shines in the sun. It's a clean window. Yeah, so it's clean. It's been cleaned. It is not dirty. It's a clean window. Number two, you can't see through this dirty window, right? It's too dirty. You can't see through it. All that dirt. You can't see through this dirty window. You should clean it. Three, the sliding window lets the breeze. Wait, lets in the breeze. Sorry, one more time. The sliding window lets in the breeze. The sliding window lets in the breeze, right? Slide it open and you can let the breeze in and it feels good. Number four, the closed window keeps the cold air out, right? Winter, close your window to keep your house warm, right? Close the window to keep your house warm. The closed window keeps the cold air out. Number five, the storm damaged an expensive window on the second floor. The storm damaged an expensive window on the second floor. Oh boy, right? Storm, that's high winds. So maybe, there was a tree branch or something that damaged the expensive window. So that is, too bad. Number six, the living room has a large window that faces the garden. The living room has a large window that faces the garden. Seven, the cabin has a small window above the bed. The cabin has a small window above the bed. A cabin is like a wooden house, a house in the forest made from trees. We call that a cabin, a small house in the forest made of trees. That's a cabin. Number eight, the room is bright because of the clear window, right? It's clean, it's clear. The sun can come through the window. The room is bright because of the clear window. Number nine, you can't see outside because the glass is tinted. You can't see outside because the glass is tinted. There's a filter on it. It's dark. You can't see outside. Number 10, the wind broke one of the old windows last night. The wind broke one of the old windows last night. Okay, good. Let's go to part two here. Part two, okay, we'll make it a bit larger for the phone people. Here we go. Okay, so part two, use the correct adjective. Answers will vary. So there's not only one answer, it's your idea. You choose the adjective for the sentence. So it's your choice, but it must make sense, right? So there's not only one word. Okay, Helga, this is a very small window in my bedroom. That works. Good. Okay, Iman, closed. Okay. Okay, old, that works. Okay, 18, large. This is a very large window in my bedroom. Good, that works. Dirty, I can't see through the dirty window. That works, good, Iman. Okay, the closed window makes the room feel warm. Good. Small, we open the small window to get fresh air. Okay, that works. Katie, large. 18, dark. The dark window makes the room feel warm. Okay. Okay, closed. So there's more than one answer for sure, right? It's your choice. Okay, Helga says the old window broke during the storm. The big window broke during the storm. Those both work fine for the sentence. Yeah, dirty window. Good. Katie. Foggy. Yes, foggy works. Yeah, Helga, I can't see through the foggy window. Good. Okay, part 3 here. Okay, I have to make it a little bit smaller. So now you're going to use your own, you're going to make your own sentences now, right? We do that. So there's, as you can see, part 1, you choose between 2 adjectives for the sentence. Then part 2, you choose an adjective for the sentence, right? Now part 3, you're going to make a sentence using one of the adjectives. Okay, so we're going to practice making sentences using the adjectives: clean, dirty, open, closed, broken, large, small, bright, foggy, old, tinted. So now you're going to make your own sentences. Now you're going to build the sentence around the adjective. And let's go, give you 5 minutes. Use these adjectives, make your own sentences using the adjectives. Very important that you make your own sentences, right? So I'm going to put it here for 5 minutes for you to make sentences using these adjectives. Remember, the topic is windows, right? Windows. So your sentences have to be about windows. That's what we're practicing today. We're describing windows. Okay, so let's do it. Let's make sentences in 5 minutes. Ready, go. Yeah, good sentence, Helga. There are no sliding windows here. Good. Oh, good, Olga. We opened the large window to get fresh air. That is correct. That's good. Oh, I didn't. I messed up the timer. Okay. Helga says, everybody likes seeing large, clean, bright windows. Good. Iman, her office has a large and clear window with a beautiful view. Nice sentence. Good. You're using your own imagination, right? That's best. Okay, Catherine, the windows are clean and bright. Okay, Helga, there are no broken, dirty windows anymore. There are no. Okay, Hannah, the window has been broken. Oh, okay. Imperative. No small, broken, dirty windows anymore. Then you don't say anymore. No small, broken windows. Okay. So order, right? So it's an order. So there shall be no more broken, dirty windows. There shall be no more. That's the order. There shall be no more small, broken windows. So anymore, that means, right, it's been fixed. So for anymore, you would put there are no more dirty, broken windows, right? But for order, there shall be no more. Okay, Katie, when it's windy, we have to close all the windows because they're thin and old. Good, Katie. Catherine, the windows in my room are old and broken. Okay, Hannah, I hate to see dirty windows. Helga, there shall be no small, broken, dirty windows. That's good. Good, Helga. That's an order. Good. Okay, Iman, the window gets foggy when the temperature is different between inside and outside. That is science. Yes, Iman. I have to cough. Okay, let's see. 18. The broken windows in my bedroom passes fresh air. Okay, let's do this. Let's change your sentence a little bit, 18, okay? The broken windows in my bedroom lets in the fresh air. Lets in. That's better than passes. Lets in. The broken windows in my bedroom lets in the fresh air. Helga, the windows were foggy because of the rainy weather. Good. Hannah, I love this window. It's large and clean. Good. Helga, the old house has old tinted closed windows. Yes. Can't see in. Okay, there we go. We got 5. That was 5 minutes. We got one more page. So as you know, the worksheets have the same pattern, right? So all the worksheets we do each week here on Sunday, we describe things, right? So like, for example, pens, and we described chairs, we described tables, right? I forget everything, but they're on my Patreon. And so the worksheets follow the same pattern, right? So part 1, you choose which adjective for the sentence, which word. Part 2, you choose a word for the sentence. Then part 3, you make sentences using the adjectives. And then part 4, which is the next page, remember what we do? Remember? Now we use 2 adjectives to describe these windows. So we have 3 windows. Describe. We don't need to see me. So I'll turn the camera off. So now we have 3 windows. Use 2 adjectives to describe these windows. Okay, Hannah. Right, okay, I love this window. It's large and clean. Good, I read that. Okay, Yang. Okay, Yang. Hello, Yang. The open windows can't let wind blow in. Yeah, the open windows can let wind blow in. Good, I like it. One more time. The open windows can let wind blow in. Yeah. Iman, during the spring, it is the time to let the windows open, not like the winter. Good. Okay, so now we're describing these windows. Castrin, number 1 is large and clean. Good. Iman, bright and small. Broken and old. Number 2, Iman says. Helga, the first window is bright and clean. It has curtains. It has the curtains. Yeah, where the others do not have the curtains, number 1 has the curtains. Good. Castrine, broken and small is 2. Iman says 3 is large and clean. 18 says 1 is large and bright. Katie wants large and clear. Helga, the second window is old and broken. Hannah, the first window is beautiful, large and clean. Katie, number 2, old and broken. Castrine, 3, tinted and expensive. Helga, 3, the third window is tinted and sliding. Closed and small. Okay, 18 says 2 is broken and old. Hannah, 2 is damaged and old. Tinted, yeah, number 3 is tinted. Good, 18. Right, so do you remember the adjectives? So you guys are doing good, right? So the first page, we could look at the adjectives, use the adjectives, but now you have to remember the adjectives. So this is more real life, right? So you see the window and now you describe the window. And that's what we do, in actual life. You go to your friend's house, oh, your windows are so beautiful, they're clean and bright. I really like your windows. Oh, your living room window has a beautiful view of the garden, right? So we compliment our friends, right? We go to a friend's house and you see their windows and, oh, your windows are so large and beautiful. Oh, that sliding window is beautiful. Okay, number 3, 18, tinted and small, yeah. foggy and closed. Okay, good, Hannah. Okay, let's go one more minute. And then on top of the chat, we have a quiz. And you choose the best word for the sentence. So on top of the chat, there's a white box. In the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. Choose the best word for the sentence. You have a choice of 4. That's the quiz on top of the chat. We'll do that in a few seconds. The timer is going. The clock is moving. Time always moves, right? There's no stopping time. Time is like a jet plane. It moves too fast. Okay. All right, so there we go. We described these. Oh, let me turn the camera back on. Okay, camera's back on. Okay, so, right, so there's a purpose of the worksheets, right? So step 1, you have to choose which adjective. Part 2, you have to choose the adjective for the sentence. Part 3, you have to make your own sentences using the adjectives. And here, you have no adjectives. You have to remember the adjectives and describe these windows. So each step, you have to do more and more, and you have to remember more and more. And that's going to help you with your English, right? Okay, good job. And of course, Patreon, support me there so I can support you here. Get all the worksheets on my Patreon page. Okay, let's move to our quiz. And I'm going to put on the screen, I'm going to put the QR code for my Patreon and to subscribe to. And so here's my Patreon. And here is to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so now let's do the quiz. Yeah, so on top of the chat, there's a white box. In the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a space to choose the best word. And you have a choice of 4 words. Let's open it up. Okay, all right. Are you ready for the quiz? Good. The sentence is, the exam wasn't, but it wasn't easy either. The exam wasn't, but it wasn't easy either. Choose the best word. Is it impossible? Is it tiring? Is it confusing? Is it difficult? Does the sentence go like this? The exam wasn't impossible, but it wasn't easy either. The exam wasn't tiring, but it wasn't easy either. The exam wasn't confusing, but it wasn't easy either. The exam wasn't difficult, but it wasn't easy either. Impossible, tiring, confusing, difficult. Choose the best word. Good luck. Yeah, so it's difficult. Good, Helga, Katie, Hannah. You're welcome, Iman. So the reason difficult, because it wasn't difficult, but it wasn't easy either. So, right, so easy, difficult, those are opposites. And so we have but. And so we have the positive and the negative. So the exam wasn't difficult, but it wasn't easy either, right? So either meaning it wasn't difficult and it wasn't easy too, right? either. And so, yeah, so we want to use difficult. That makes the sentence clearer, makes the sentence smoother and sounds right, and it matches. It matches and makes more sense. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so in 1 minute, I'm going to change this to members only. And I know there's no members here right now, but this is a time for the if you have any questions for me, or if there were some members, we would do another activity. And so it's going to change over to members only. And so here I can talk to the members of the channel one-on-one. And so if anyone has any questions, I can answer your questions. And then if we had more members, then we would I have another activity just for the members. And so it's going to switch over in a few more seconds. So before that, thank you everyone. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your kind support. I really do.